Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, senior economist, and boy, have we been busy the last half an hour, so we'll get right to it. First, there was a headline out saying that the Pentagon is planning to deploy a brigade of combat team from the Army's elite 82nd Airborne Division to the Middle East to support operations against Iran. The written order to deploy the unit made up of roughly 3,000 soldiers is expected to come in the coming hours, officials had said. Now, the 82nd Airborne Combat Brigade serves as the Army's emergency response force that can be deployed anywhere in the world in under 24 hours, and they train to parachute into hostile or contested territory to secure airfields and land. That said, markets took that to probably mean that the war may not be over as fast as we thought, and perhaps the president was thinking about invading Chigrl Island. That said, normally you don't necessarily leak this to the media if that's what you're actually planning to do. It could be posturing. Nonetheless, we saw bonds move sharply down on this. Indices also moved down and oil higher. And then literally right before 2 minutes before we got back on air, there were headlines that the U.S. and Iran may hold high-level talks as soon as Thursday. U.S. is just waiting for a response from Iran, and U.S. has shared with Israel its 15-point plan to end the war. Now, bonds did not recover as well as indices did, but we did see a move back up on those headlines. Again, you guys, headline-driven market right now, so just be careful out there when you have these sudden moves. More news in the oil category, I should say. We have oil loadings are delayed at Russia's Primorsk port due to continued strikes from Ukraine on this. Now, it looks like they contributed to at least a 36-hour hiatus, according to shipping information seen by Bloomberg. Loadings are suspended of mid-afternoon, according to those sources. So another port is currently shut. Not very good news for that. We have Goldman says, if you are trading currencies, Goldman says dollar strength will fade if Iran war hits growth. They came out with a report this afternoon that said the dollar's rally since the start of the war in Iran could slow if currency and rates markets shift focus to primarily the inflationary consequences of this conflict, and they believe that the Japanese yen and Swiss franc as safe havens would gain the most against the dollar in a scenario where growth concerns result in equity-led tightening. So keep an eye on those currency markets. Dollar has been strong, but we could see that move to the downside should the oil shock and inflation persist, bringing down economic growth. We saw some headlines on this earlier this morning. We have a little bit more details. We have Ares and Apollo private credit problems. So the Ares and Apollo are two of the biggest names in the business, if you're not aware of them. They blocked investors from getting even half of the money they wanted out of their funds. Ares is a $10.7 billion fund. Apollo is $15.1 billion. It looks like they limited withdrawals to 5% after their clients sought to redeem 11.6% in Ares and 11.2% in Apollo. This is not good news. This is much higher than requested redemptions have been. So far, they've been around 7%. 11.2 is quite a bit higher than that. So keep an eye on private credit markets. And we have DHS shutdown persists. The latest offer was rejected in Congress. We are still seeing lines as long as 5 hours in big hubs like New York and Houston, which is crazy. And then last but not least, NASA is going to spend $20 billion on a moon base and create a Mars craft. So NASA plans to invest $20 billion over the next 7 years to develop a base on the surface of the moon. It's the latest major strategy shakeup aimed at enabling humans to live on the lunar surface. And in addition to that, they also announced that they would develop an entirely new spacecraft to reach Mars. So we will keep an eye on that. Exciting times if you're into space. And with that, I will pass it to Jim for an Edge Report.
Thank you, Tracy. Let's start with crude oil right now. This is a daily candle I have up on the screen. A couple things to point out. The highest close that we've had ever since this excitement began a couple of weeks ago was this candle right here. And this candle, the close here was 98.71. The highest wick we've had is the next day, and the next day was 102.44. But again, it closed below. And now look where we're at right now. We're literally at 91, now almost $92, and we're sitting between the 8 EMA, that's that orange line, and the 21 EMA, that's the blue line. The VWAP is kind of tracing nicely along with that 21 EMA as well. That's the VWAP from when this breakout to the upside happened back on the 27th of February. So right now we're in what Mike Arnold calls the rotation zone. We'll see if we get a close above that EMA, stay the same, or settle back down throughout the day. But kind of a muted candle today so far. We're about 80% of the 34 period average range today. So there is some room for a breakout if something happens later on today. Point of control is pretty nice right now. It's sitting at approximately, well, I'm going to put my cursor there and tell you what it is. 91.72. We're just sitting right on it right now. But look at this VWAP. It's beautiful. We kind of lost it in the rearview mirror temporarily right before 8 o'clock. We touched it, wicked through it once. Touched it, wicked through it twice, touched it, wicked through it a third time, and it keeps being, it's buoyant, I think would be the nice technical analysis term for this. Right now, boom, two more VWAP touches for those who are counting and those following Brian Shannon. Maybe a couple of good entries there. We'll see what happens for the rest of the day here. We do have that one-day max defining the top of the conversation right now. And on the bottom, it's really, if you got to go back to where, previous Globex close was, that's kind of, we've never gotten back down that far. And so I would say the London initial balance low is really kind of where the bottom of the conversation is right now, and that's approximately 89.39. So, there's targets on the downside and there's targets on the upside, but right now we seem kind of stuck in this value area right now, which is actually not a bad value area. It's a nice looking volume profile, if I do say so myself. Let's shoot over to the E-mini S&P real quick. There's a lot of stuff cooking there as well. Daily, not much to talk about in a daily. Prices below value. I've been tracking the volume profile since the beginning of the month, and we got high volume nodes further north, high volume nodes right kind of where we closed yesterday, and then, well, nothing really where we're at right now. So that's kind of takeaway number one. Let's shoot over to the intraday though. That's where I think all the fun stuff is happening. And let me squish this up a little bit. Now, one of the things I was looking at today, and I do this every once in a while, when you have yesterday's benchmark candle, look how big this candle is. It's huge, right? Calculate the piercing line or the halfway point, draw that line all the way across, see where price action is. Price action is mostly north of that. So my bias is going to be mostly north of that. Yeah, we had a couple of candles where we traded below it, right? But we didn't spend a lot of time down there. So that's kind of takeaway number one. That's 65.91 half. We start getting candles below there later on today, that's not going to be a good thing. But right now it's kind of supportive, I would say. We have a double distribution brewing, official point of control at 66.05. Competing point of control right up here is 62.24. You can see that high volume area right where my crosshairs is right now. And then a little bit of an indentation in between. Still plenty of volume to go around. We're about 69% of the average range here based on a 34 period look back. So again, lots of potential for a breakout to the upside. Now we had a initial balance breakout to the upside already for just initial balance, not for the day, but for the initial balance. And there was a 75.6% chance that that was going to happen. Double break, which means we'd have a wick down below the 0DT put support. In the bottom of the IB, US IB, there's a 22% I guess I'll call it probability based on a 6 month look back at edge full. And then, well, 2.36 none, we've already broken out. So that 2.36 is out the window. So, a smaller, one out of five chance we're gonna make new lows. Basically, is what this says. VWAP right now is kind of tight. It's actually just kind of sideways the last few candles, which isn't surprising in the middle of the day. And we're just kind of trading right at it. So, who's in charge, buyers and sellers? Nobody really knows. Top of the value area, bottom of the value area are both going to be targets for me today. That's 66.29 on the upside and 65.93, give or take, on the downside. That is this afternoon's Edge Report, and we are ready for our main event to trade the close. We have Salma, Jack, and Joey Morgan with us. Good afternoon, everybody.
What's
Hello,
up,
hello.
Jim? How we doing?
Oh man, this is my favorite trio, I think.
Oh,
Don't let them
really?
hear you say that.
I love that.
Well, it's funny because Stowe's sitting there hemming and humming. Oh, I don't know who I'm going to support here in this this three-way challenge we have with Lumi, Tanya, and Selma. And so if he could do that, I could say this is my favorite trio.
Um,
Fair point.
there we
Push it.
go. I love to see
Who's
it.
winning that? Is that going on right now? Is
No,
that
Monday. So that's a
Next
good idea.
Monday.
Let's talk about that. And let's flash it up on the screen, Mission Control, if we can. It starts the 30th. So next Monday, it's going to start. And again, our featured trade is called the Micro Showdown, $5,000 of cash prizes. Monday, the 30th, starts at 9 a.m. It's a single day challenge. And there are our leaderboard right there. There's Selma, there's Tanya, there's Lumi. They will be featured traders. You'll see them on the leaderboard. You guys could be on the leaderboard too. All you got to do is register. There's going to be a link in the chat here, and you could participate as well. It's free, and you get to use the real-time NinjaTrader platform in real time to compete and have some fun and learn as you go. So, thanks for that kind of lead in, you guys. That was perfect. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to get in there and try to compete as well.
Let's go, Jim.
All right.
Nice.
Anyway, having said all that, another crazy news-driven market so far today. Let's go around the horn and see how everyone's feeling today. Start with you, Joey.
Yeah, I've been watching the NQ pretty much all day. We've been, this has been a headline-driven market, right? I mean, the market's it's moving based off headlines today. And earlier this morning, we were pretty much consolidating around the IB mid for quite some time until we had headlines come out that start really moving price, and we did move all the way up above the IB high. And I kind of anticipated us coming back to the IB mid, just considering how much of a magnet it was. It just seems like price, after it's reacting to news, it almost feels like consolidating, waiting for the next headline to come out. So it's just kind of what it feels like. It can be a very tough market to trade. I think the past couple of days have been arguably pretty tough. But so far, we are at the IB mid. I'm waiting to see if we get away from it. Again, there could be another headline that comes out later that sends us spiraling either to the upside or the downside. It feels like the market does just kind of wait on those kind of things right now, but waiting to see what happens if we do get away from the IB mid.
Yeah, no, I love that analysis for sure. That's awesome. Jack, what are you thinking?
I just flipped long in the ES, so we had that breakout and came back to the middle of the ES, and I just picked up a long here. My upside target's going to be the top of this range, and then right below that expansionary bar at 2 o'clock, right before we got on. I'm going to keep my stop there and give it 25 minutes. If it can go, I'll hold it. Otherwise, if we're not moving in 25 minutes, I'm taking this thing off. Not a market I really want to stick around for a long period of time. We've been back and forth jamming, so I'm just giving it 25 minutes to move my way and then taking it off.
Love it. Love it. Selma, what are you thinking?
I'm also long. I was short when me and Jack were backstage. We were both short. I didn't realize that we were actually at the golden pocket on the day. So once I saw that, I flipped long at the highs really here. Not really the best entry, but I do think that if the 90 MA can cross over VWAP, that we can continue to push higher. I do know that Trump is supposed to be speaking soon, so
Yep.
definitely expecting some type of headline to come out, like Joey was saying. Definitely going to be volatile. But if this trade doesn't work out, I think that'll be it for me for the day. Pretty exhausting day to trade, to be honest with you. Not the best, not the most fun either. So That's it from me today, really.
What did you call the golden? What did you call it?
The golden pocket, it's just like the 0.618 on the day.
Fib number. I love it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. I do want to mention anyone who just listened to that, understand what you're hearing right now. I mean, you have three traders, three different places, laser focused on the futures markets with three not only logical but really good explanations of what they're thinking about coming into this. So a couple things, hit that subscribe button and certainly that like button, but the subscribe button for us, and spread the word. I'm going to put their socials into the chat. Follow them. Tell your friends, your family, your neighbors, your countrymen, people you meet at the grocery store. It's free, and high tides lift all boats. So in the chat, in this particular thing, NinjaTrader Live has been the best I've been involved in decades. So I thank you for that, everybody. So having said all that, I am going to dip in the chat and wish you guys the best of luck on your trades.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
All right. What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Just battling here.
Dude, Jack, it was looking like it was going to drop. And then that one candle just literally ruined our setup there. But let's see.
Yeah,
There's a
there's
lot of tug of war right now.
Yeah, at 655 in the SPY, I've been looking at some of these gamma levels more than I would, just because we have been reacting on them. In the SPX, there's a big gamma level at 6550, and that's equivalent to 6598, which is that most recent low in the ES. The most recent high in the ES, 6555, is a big gamma level in the SPY. So that's going to be something I'm paying attention to for the remainder of the day. But of course, everybody knows it. Headline-driven market.
Yeah.
You be in one position and you get a report and you're blown out. So you just really got to be nimble. I'm giving everything a short period of time to work, and also just keep my risk down.
Yeah, 100%. I would argue like today's one of those days like you see money on just take money, because you never really know when those reports or headlines are going to come out. They've been pouring out. We've been getting a few of them throughout the day. So you just never really know when the next one's going to come in. So getting in and getting out, I think has been beneficial for me anyways. There's been plenty of trades where I've been in a position, and had I not gotten out, a news headline would have turned me completely red.
Yeah, the most recent low in CL was the halfway back long for the day. So, I do think for indexes really to go significantly higher, we're going to need a break below that. That's a 91.30 roughly, and that's a 50% retracement long from the low of the day to high. And that's right on the last headline where oil got a bid. And I'm not liking that for my index long, because that's a technical bid in my eyes. And if we are going to go higher in the indexes, we need to be cracking below that. So yeah, we'll see if we just range out here. Really, the next level below, if we were to retest the low of the ES here today, I think that's an important level for gamma. There's a 6550 SPY gamma level there. That's right on the low of the day in the ES. So if we do start cracking through this most recent low and oil, is looking like it's taking highs, we're probably going back to lows of the day here.
NASDAQ has a really strong level at 180, 24,180. Earlier this morning when we were consolidating pretty much the IB mid, you can see how many times that we wicked down there to 180 and constantly held it over and over all morning until a headline came out and drove us higher. And then we attempted one more time pretty recently here to break below 180s and once again holding it. So I think if NAS is going to get down to low of day or make a new low on the day, that 180s has got to be snapped, because it's been strong the whole day.
Yeah, 24,000. I'll bring in my NQ and the view, but this 24,268 is the midpoint of the prior day. So just the middle of yesterday's range, and also something that we, initially was resistance, and then it was support, and then it's resistance again. So that's a really important level for me to get above for the NQ, that 24,260. The equivalent midpoint here in the ES is right at this 66.15. So, we are right smack dab in the middle of the prior day's range. And if we can clear above that level in the ES and stay above there, I'm going to feel confident that we're going to get back to the top of the range. 66.31 is my targets. 66.04 is my stop. And this thing needs to be moving. My entry was right around 210. So by 235 is when I'm either going to move my stop up or just take this trade off.
I like it.
Jack, now that you mentioned CL, I'm looking at it. I drew this fib here from yesterday's 7 a.m. candle, that one crazy candle that we had during pre-market. If you draw your fibs there, you'll see like where you would look for rejections. And right now, CL is basically sandwiched between the 0.618 and the midpoint. So I think this is like a determining factor here if we continue to push higher or if we go lower. You know, right now it's been just holding this trend line here very nicely so far, but it did reject the 0.618. When was this? Hold on. Rejected that at around like 1 o'clock, 1:15-ish. So the two levels I'll be watching on CL will be 93.17 and then 91.49. Those are the two that I'd be looking to see which way we break.
I did take a quick long here on at 234 on NAS above the 50% mark. I took one contract already hit TP there, and I'm holding this final one here. So just gonna probably try to take it off for a quick scalp as well.
Nice.
Definitely trade it, don't date it market.
Yeah. Do not. In and outs.
I'm not gonna lie, the hourly looks iffy here. Sorry, go ahead.
Like so much of the markets, it's not like they're all so correlated. Everything, I'd love to be able to go to like a market that is a little less headline driven, but it really just seems like, unfortunately, it is all reacting to the headlines. Normally if the indexes were reacting to headlines, you could trade CL or gold, but they're all in lockstep with pretty violent moves. There's no smooth trending market, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah.
At least in the futures, I'm sure there's something. There's always something moving, but little wick out there. Retested that 38 for the day in CL, like literally to the tick on that low, 91.76. So there seems still be some buyers there. How about those candles earlier this morning? Those 1 minute 100-point candles.
Dude,
in the
ridiculous.
NQ?
Yeah.
When I saw those, I knew we were in for it.
Yeah. Wild.
I'm gonna go ahead and say something controversial here. I don't know how people like these this kind of volatility. I don't. I hate tape bombs. I hate when the market moves on just like it could be the most simple headline or the most recycled headline, and it'll just go like ripping 100 points or dropping 100. It's the most frustrating thing ever, for sure. Even when you're like on the right side of it, it's like there's no technical analysis that could have proved we're gonna have a 200-point candle. Like, there's just no way of knowing.
Yeah,
Frustrating. Frustrating.
Or Monday, the 800-point 5-minute.
Yeah. Like, please tell me how you could have known. Like, there were people on X talking about, how didn't you see that coming? And it's like, oh my God, you guys are the worst. Like, how did you see it coming? Please explain to me.
Yeah,
It's like a
can't say.
50-50. It's a 50-50 chance that you're right. Like,
Yeah, up or down is one thing. Saying you saw an 800-point candle coming is
yeah.
a little bit of a stretch. I
That
mean,
is.
you might have been long, but you weren't long looking for 800 points in 5 minutes. I don't think I've ever entered a trade anticipating an 800-point move in the following 5 minutes, but I'd love to have that type of confidence.
I mean, unless you're like Baron Trump or something.
He's probably in class.
TP1 smash at 750 points.
That's funny.
I would say where we broke down from was like kind of technical for me at least. Um, in the on the highs of the day. I really think like we're in that market where there's really only a few great levels a day. You know, the intraday trying to look for trend continuation is very tough. Um, you know, there's like you kind of want to mark up two levels realistically, which, you know, leads to boring trading that you're waiting for, and just be patient.
Yeah. Now I just wonder if we're going to consolidate the mid here on the IB until just the next headline comes out.
I think, well, I don't think actually. Tracy said that he is speaking, so we can expect something very soon.
It's a swearing in, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a swearing in.
Yeah, but he's just talking about we're talking to the right people. They want to make a deal. The people that we're talking to in Iran want to make a deal. So he is touching on all of that.
Yep, I see that.
We're literally we just keep getting conflicting headlines every couple minutes, and who do you even believe, right? Like,
I know it's like 1 minute we're sending troops, the next we're trying to make a deal.
Yep.
So,
I do like the bid off this base here, though.
yeah.
I'm going to move my stop up. I don't think we should wick out that low, but let's see. That's right at 220. Getting some continuation above the previous selling pressure around 66.18s here.
I did go ahead and take off my long. I'm not trying to overstay my welcome. I got a decent amount of profit off of that, so
nice.
locking it in.
Yeah, I'm going to be conservative too with my first trim, only because, I mean, there's just this resistance here. Every time we keep coming up, we sell off. So I'm not trying to see if we can, finally, this will be the time that we break it. It's like this downward trend line here.
Salma, you're long ES?
Yeah, always ES. Well, just not always ES, but never NQ.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
NQ.
Never.
I think both the Russell and the Dow have been a little stronger here today.
Yeah.
With their action. You know, we really got back to lows in the ES and the NQ, and the Russell and the Dow held up a lot better as far as where they came back into their range. Let's see.
Yeah.
Here.
I'd have to agree. This morning, like NQ was the one off the open trying to sell off while the Russell was holding up.
Yeah, I mean the Russell's up 0.6% on the day here, and I mean Dow is basically unchanged. Nasdaq's down 0.5%. ES is down 0.2%. So you know you really see relative strength in the Russell here today. And you know, if you're looking long, I do think if I take another long, I'm going to switch over to the M2K instead of this ES, just because of the continuation you're seeing there.
Yeah. The only thing that worries me though on the hourly, NQ is the only one below like the 9 EMA. And it's just, if you can just imagine there being no wicks, this literally looks like an H. I just don't want this to be the reason we, go lower. But again, Trump speaking, so he can definitely push the market much higher if he wanted to.
Kat, yeah, you can see my trades on screen. I've already exited my trade. That's why you don't see it. I'm not in the trade anymore. Definitely want to, I mean, yeah, with Trump speaking and all the headlines, chat, you definitely want to like position yourself accordingly to that kind of volatility. All it takes is that one little headline to send the market just into oblivion.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually don't know if he's like, is he in his office or is he like on a podium somewhere?
I'll tell you, one sec. He's at a podium.
It's been a long time since I've paid attention to somebody getting sworn in.
He's wearing a nice bright pink tie.
Pink tie, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what pink means, but I don't think it means anything.
I would say, does it have any significance like Powell? Like his
Nah,
ties?
I don't think so. I think he just saw pink and wanted to wear it. It's actually a nice colored pink, too. Very bright. But yeah, let's see. New 30-minute candle just opened up.
Nasdaq's trying to hold a bit above the mid there.
Yep, I'm moving stops a little bit higher here. Not trying to give anything back, really. Well, oh, not moving stops in profit yet, but not trying to lose too much on it either if it does drop.
Ooh, Tracy coming in with a big headline there. Iran agreed they'll never have a nuclear weapon.
I mean, they've been agreed on that, though. This is like nothing new.
Yeah.
None of this is really new.
Yeah, there's two different types of volatility. There's volatility where we're moving and you got opportunity on both sides. And then there's, I mean, yesterday, you had opportunity on both sides. We didn't have, today was definitely more headline whippy than the prior day. But
I feel like it's been hard since Sunday night.
Yeah, I prefer the volatility where we have big moves with continuation.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. I'm putting stops in profit now. Break even there.
Nice
push. Yep.
There we
This
go.
is what I want to see.
Yeah,
Send it.
Moving my stop up. Target hit. Let's go. Come on. No, don't jinx me. Don't jinx me.
No, I need a little bit more.
Looking for 31.75 here.
Bro, we just hit 31.75.
Yeah, I didn't get filled.
Brother, imagine just full reversal from here.
Oh, it's happened to me before.
Oh, dude. I countless times for me.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No, dude. That's no, that's not fun at all. That's enough to send you.
Yeah. Although I'll tell you what, my stop's going below this bar at the end. What I said was I was going to hold it for 25 minutes, and here we're approaching that 25-minute mark. So we'll see where we are. I'm not going to be a dick for a tick.
There's just no way.
You guys jinx me hard.
Bro, I'm in the same trade as you.
Yeah, but you don't have the same target as me. They see my target and they run.
My target's a little higher. It's at 34, but oh, come on.
I hate when I keep the market down with 5 micros. They can't handle the size.
Jack the market maker.
This is one of those bruh moments.
Well, chat, since I am out of my trade, I will go ahead and say this. We have 624 people watching, 85 likes. We got to do something about that. You saw Salma take a trade, Jack take a trade, I took a trade, all of us taking trades and making money. Think we can get those likes up on the stream chat. What do you think? Have a little thumb war. You see the little thumb there on the live there. Have a little thumb war with it. There we go.
Come on. Now push the market higher too on the second note.
I also heard the more likes we have, the more the market will go up to fill these targets. This is word on the street.
Oil's coming down a little bit. Need to see it. I want to see it crack, start going below 92s. Roll over here.
I look like I drive a pickup truck.
He does.
I do drive a truck.
That's an incredibly accurate judgment.
Yeah, I do. I do have a truck. Yep.
Better have been built in America.
I don't know how I feel about that last one. You look like you make your own peanut butter. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know what that means either.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
Where do peanuts grow?
Jack, are these the thoughts that keep you up at night?
No, but like when I wake up, I start thinking about these things and like I'm trying to solve them.
You wake, you
I
wake
have
up
no
needing
words.
answers.
Bro.
I prefer to be thoughtless when I go to bed.
Just makes me think about like, what do you dream about to wake up with these questions and needing answers?
Peanuts, allergies.
Boiled peanuts for the win. That's a thing. Who boils peanuts?
Clearly, the people who make our peanut butter.
Is that how peanut butter is made?
We're gonna find out.
Chat, we need answers.
Someone in the chat definitely knows.
Stop gatekeeping. Tell us how the peanut butter is made. All right, oil, roll over. Here's the thing though, like now, even if we complete these targets, I'm so not interested in like taking that next long. Like if we were in a different market type, I'd be, more aggressive, looking to reload and, take that next pullback. But I'd almost only interested if we get like a much deeper pullback here again, which is what I'll set up for if I can get this target off. I'll set up for some limits below us.
Bro, they're playing just pump it.
All right, give him the target here. Come on. Chat, go help your boy out.
Peanuts grow on tomato vines?
Okay, come on. Are you really falling for that? Tomato vines? All right. Quick winner. 25 minutes. Thank you, Adam. I think in chat. Appreciate you guys. So I am out of this trade. And you can see oil breaking down here now. I might actually be interested in shorting that CL next if we can rally from here.
There we go. Let's go.
Yeah, there's that oil breaking down right there.
All right. I just trimmed my ES. Nice.
Good trade.
Bing bong.
Everybody making money.
Joey, you are so gonna get clipped for that. You messed up, my friend.
It's all good. Send it.
Please don't clip me. Yeah. Oh wow, there
All
goes
right.
oil. There goes
Send it
oil.
higher.
Trying to place an order in oil, but it is just moving. There's an ATR expansion on the 5-minute in the ES. That means we are 50% greater than the average. Got an order to short 91.73 here in CL. We're back at the bottom of the range through those lows. See if we can pop up here and give me a fill.
Oh God, Chad, this has probably been the best trade I've taken all day. In all honesty, I'm just happy to have caught the move. It's been tough. Anyone telling you this market is easy is lying to you. Don't be deluded. If they tell you it's easy, block them.
I made a post on Twitter about this being a hard market, and I got attacked in the comments.
Bro, there's always going to be people who are like, really? You can't trade this? And
This
then
is
they're
the
the same.
easiest market of my life, bro.
Joey, they're the same people who will turn around and be like, no one on Twitter is transparent. This industry sucks. Everyone's a fraud. But then the second you try and be transparent, oh, you must be a bad trader. You can't win. You really cannot win.
You did it. Yeah, you can't win on the internet. It just doesn't happen. No.
All right, let's see here if I get in this oil short. Close.
Don't want to see this trend line stay intact.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, even with that squeeze up, you're always going to get that back and fill. You know, this is,
Yeah, I might
that's why
actually.
it's like, it's hard
I
to.
might sell two. There you go. Yeah, I sold two. Just hold one runner.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point.
Yeah.
Just put stops at break even there and let this see what this runner does.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's nasty, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're at the 5-minute 9 EMA. See if buyers can do something here.
I mean, this is what we've seen literally all day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see like a massive pump, then it gets retraced. We pump again, then it gets retraced.
Yep.
It's just been the theme of the day.
I mean, if I wanted to trade wiki candles, I could just go trade the Nasdaq. Come on, ES. There's a reason why I trade you instead.
That was, how big was that candle there? It was like 16, 18 points or something like that. Yes.
Almost 20. Yeah, almost 20 points.
I mean, the last time we saw something like that earlier today, which was right around like 10:50, it was just immediate back to the downside, and we swept lows.
I mean, yeah, on the NAS, we just had back-to-back 70-point candles up and down on the 5-minute.
I'd love to see this 24 hold here, though.
Yeah, I have 22 here.
Otherwise,
and I agree.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I would think if not, if we do go real wiki here back to 66.15, just right back to where we started. Ran into that 1220 high for the NQ. Just that 24,340 level continues to be quite a bit of a wall for that market.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see NASDAQ go back to the IB mid again. I mean, it's just been a magnet. It's like pump off headline, pump off news, then retrace it all the way back to the IB mid. Wouldn't be a shocker if that were to happen again. It's like it hangs out there to wait for the next headline.
Trump just said, I think we're going to end it. I can't tell you for sure. Brother. If there's anyone that can tell us, it's you.
He's just teasing everybody at this point.
Well, maybe, but not so much. I'm sure, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. There's a possibility, but maybe not.
It's called optionality, you know?
Yeah, literally. I think we're going to end it. Market runs up. I can't tell you for sure. Market takes it back. It's just.
Is that what we ran up on?
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Yes. And then he goes, we've won this war.
Might start trading corn.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think. Let me look at my little scanner here. It's my little scanner of other markets.
The Bane, you have to refresh YouTube to see the like count. But yeah, that like count, guys, it should be much, much higher.
We could easily be above 200, chat.
Nice clean short here in ZS. No headlines. This thing's in a bear trend on my scan. Haven't traded it in quite some time, but I really actually like this. Slow moving, but I might actually trade this tomorrow. We're kind of out of where my setup would be here in ZS. But the scan I have kind of right here, this is the only market I have on a bearish scan right now. See what else. Sometimes it's like scrolling through these markets when
I'm seeing a little bit of divergence between YM and the Russell. Russell basically made new highs on the day. YM has not.
Seller is still coming through on the NAS here. Trying to move us back down. More than likely, go consolidate the 50, the mid IB. Salma, you still got some room on your runner there.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, if I get stopped out, then it is what it is. I think I caught a decent chunk of the move.
what do we got on the news docket the rest of the week? Anything?
I don't think anything too important. I checked yesterday. Let me see.
Crude oil inventories tomorrow. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, crude
Normally not.
oil, and then we have jobless claims on Thursday.
Unemployment claims Thursday. And then, yeah, just a bunch of Fed speakers.
Yep, they got them lots of speakers.
Yep.
It's a Fed circus.
Speakers be speaking.
They do be yapping.
Come on, oil. I'm worried we're going to come all the way halfway back long from lows here in these indexes before finding anything. That would be, at least from the most recent low, that's like a 66.20 in the ES.
Yeah, and the indexes, again, just kind of, I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but in the indexes, my concern there is the NASDAQ going back to the mid again, just because it has been the theme of the day.
What's the mid at?
The IB mid is 24,225.
225. Okay.
Yeah, I always like to see where we are, like, give it some time post that candle, which, what was that candle at? That run up was at to what, 235. So like come 3 o'clock, that dust will be settled. I'm interested to actually see where are we at 3 o'clock. Like once that's been digested and the market's kind of back at where it should, I guess, find value or an agreement in price after the surprise is over, and then kind of trade from there. Yeah, I normally don't really watch headlines too much, but you definitely just need to be aware. Just be aware that they've actually happened. I mean, it doesn't really matter what's said. It's totally irrelevant to trading realistically. You just have to give yourself a little bit of a break if things get hot, and also just know when somebody's speaking that might be moving the market, and maybe either stay away from it or just understand its effects on your position.
Yeah, it also helps to just stay in the loop too. Like if you wanted to just know and stay current on what's happening.
Oh yeah, I have a split tab of Financial Juice and True Social up on one monitor that I keep up at all times.
Now, do you have to constantly refresh that, or does it just come through?
Yeah, Financial Juice will come through on its own. True Social, I think I got to refresh.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but Financial Juice, it's automatic.
Sid, we do everything really. Trade, give commentary. Sometimes we just fool around, whatever. It's a fun stream to tune into.
Yeah, I think Salma's in a trade. You can see her trade, and I'm in a trade.
Yeah, I'm just in a
You
runner
trade.
here.
Yep. This is my second trade since I've been on here today.
Adam asks, "Can you drop the oil prices, Jack? I'm also in a short."
Yeah, let me call my guy.
Yeah, hit the speed dial real quick.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jack did indeed have a guy.
No, Tracy's got a guy for oil.
I think Jim's got a guy.
Jim might have a guy.
I think Jim has a guy for everything.
Jim's
I
got
moved my stop here, by the way. Just trying to squeeze as much as I can out of this runner. Here you go. Crew trying to dump.
Yeah.
Was trying to do something.
I'd be very happy to go 2 for 2 here.
This 9150 level is gonna be toughy.
Yeah, I'm looking at that low from 2 o'clock that we really need to crack. If we can crack the low from 2, we'll crack the most recent low, I think.
Trump is done speaking, someone said, so let's confirm that. Yep, he's done. Okay, down we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not 100%. I'm not really convinced on follow through.
Yep, this trend line's still holding here on off the hourly. It's been very annoying every time we get up here. I don't typically really even draw trend lines like that, but sometimes they're just so blatantly obvious.
Damon says, just got to say the OG NinjaTrader Live players are great, but I'm glad the three of you have been added to the mix. I've learned a ton from all of you.
Oh, thank you. Damon's here every single day. Thanks for always tuning in.
Appreciate it, Damon.
Jack doesn't even care. How dare he?
I'm sorry. I was
He's
distracted.
he's locked in on this oil right now.
No, Damon, there's no point in being in stealth mode. Hang out with us, talk to us. It just makes it that much more fun for you as the viewer and us as the traders. We love to interact with you guys, seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, too, I think you get out of the stream what you put in too. I believe, like, if you come and ask questions, like we'll answer you 100%.
Yep, I agree with that.
Don't know what that means.
Don't know what means.
Sometimes I don't want to ask like what people are saying. Like what does that mean? What is a honey badger? What does that mean? Like I obviously know what the animal is, but
Honey badgers are bad. They're bad MFs. Yeah, he's saying you're I got tapped out of my runner there. Okay, cool. Whatevs. Yeah, like a honey badger just doesn't care.
he's minding his own business, I guess. No, I was just sometimes, there's a lot going on between I'm looking at 4 separate screens of chat, my own positions, sometimes just the bandwidth gets limited. Only got so much Wi-Fi signal going on in this brain. See if we can get down to there's that 66.20 I figured would trade in the ES. Now that is the 50% retracement from the low of 140-ish there in the ES. So if we're going to continue higher, it should be from this area. Otherwise, probably back to 15s, maybe 66.10s. Just a little bit back and fill. I definitely think there was some anticipation of an opportunity to dump some longs into the commentary. This might be one of those situations where we have a pretty quiet close. We've been range bound all day, so not sure I'm expecting too much other than that.
I kind of like shorts on YM here. That divergence is still in play between YM and the Russell. Let's see. Try a small little short. Actually, let me see lower time frames first. I might just have to oh no, I'll wait for it to come to my limit.
NASDAQ trying to hold 270s, got down to 259s. Tried to work its way down to the IB mid there. So far, still trying to hold a bid. I do like the downside though on NQ.
Yeah, NQ looks like it wants to H so badly, except just like the other indexes are holding up. But yeah, I would say it's definitely It's definitely giving weak vibes here.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it stays below 288 on the hourly, which it, we're going into a new hour now and it's below.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Jack on a quiet close. I mean, if you think about it, like if you remove the headlines from today, right? I mean, even before the headlines started coming out, it was a lot of consolidation at the mid. So if you remove the headlines of the day, it probably would have been a very consolidating, like eventful day, if you think about it, because the only reason why we've moved has been headlines today. So if headlines are done and we don't get any the rest of the open, I would imagine that it's going to be a pretty quiet close.
But how boring is that?
It's super boring. I trust me, I would love an exciting close.
I'm gonna go long the Nasdaq if we get back down. We just front ran that equivalent 66.20 that I mentioned, which is the 50% retracement from the afternoon low. The Nasdaq is at 24,254, and with my anticipation of, I think we're gonna have a two-sided close. I don't think there's gonna be a breakdown without bids. So I would expect at least a reaction enough to get a first target off here. My oil's finally rolling over too as well. So I'm bidding 24,254 here for MNQs. But where oil goes, the indexes flows.
All right. I filled on those shorts on the YM.
Yeah, 24 420s. 24 420s. If we can start getting back above that on the daily, I'll get a little more bullish this market. I think that would be healthy for the market to do. If we got multiple days to start closing and bid above that 24 420. Whoever was in the oil short earlier, I don't know if you covered, but I don't think we're getting 420s today.
No.
I mean, it's really not that far above us, but I'm looking for, more of I want to be above that level and then like see it trade as support, not because it's a support trade for me on the higher time frame, but we need to recapture it in order for it to, start acting as support again, because technically we're below it. So yeah, and literally it's actually a technical level I have it. It's nothing to do with it, the number coincidentally being 420. Just to be clear.
Sure. Just a technical level.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
Why not 419?
Because it's a mathematical division. It's not exactly 420. Let me give you the exact level.
Why not 421? No, I'm joking. Let me stop.
Yeah, it's actually
I'm just so bored, guys.
Yeah, we all are. You're entertaining me. No, I mean, it's around that level. It could be 21, whatever you want to call it, Salma. We'll let you when we get there. But
I'm literally just messing.
I know you are. I know you are. I'm not offended, I promise.
Jack, I think you would be the least offended person on the show.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't typically, unless I think somebody's personally trying to attack me, I often let it brush off my shoulder.
I'm actually going to take the NASDAQ short here. I still like the move back to the 50%, back to the IB mid.
Yeah, we're right at that prior low of the day, RTH session only, to be clear, because I know everybody likes to use different PLODs and PHODs. My target on the oil short is 90.60. from a 91.73 entry. I'm going to be moving my stop down here shortly. See where this goes. I got my timer's 2 minutes away from being in the trade for 25 minutes. So I'm going to manage it based on that.
So if it's already your 2 minutes are up, you just exit even if it's going in your direction?
So in 2 minutes, I like to at least make it some form of decision. So in 2 minutes, I will have been in the trade for 25, and then I have it all in, all out on this right now. But I'll make the decision to, if I'm really not liking the trade, and I think it's probably more of a consolidation, I'll just look to like exit. If I'm comfortable in the position and can start bringing my stop down, I'll do that, which probably what I'm going to do with this trade. We have a pretty solid high above that ATR expansionary bar we had at 245. That high is a 92.14. So I'm up at 92.42s. I'm going to bring it down to like a 92.17 area. And once that little timer goes off, and then I'll set it again. It keeps me from like doing too much over analyzation and trying to find a rhyme or reason with every bar, which especially in this market, when you get that jam up higher. If you were an eager long and you started buying longs as we were crashing into highs of the day, and as opposed to just taking a step back, what you'll notice is actually after that move up happened at 235, well, realistically, the lows were made 20 minutes later. So often when I just give myself a visual separation of time, keeps me from, forcing trades and also just being a little more patient, understanding that the majority of the market is random. And I have really no interest in trying to figure out every random moment as if it has some technical meaning, as opposed to just, letting price develop over time and then making a decision based on that.
Okay.
Everybody making money.
Wow.
No, they did not just do that.
I like it.
That's
I'm a fan.
quite the remix. We must have a DJ in the background. Can you explain how your midlines are calculated? So are you referring, there's my timer. Are you referring, so on my computer or on NinjaTrader, you'll see these like green lines and orange lines and blue lines. Are you referring to those midlines? Because those are different versions of midpoints. But the blue line is simply the 50% or the middle of the 24-hour session of the prior day. So that's how that's calculated. And then the green line is wherever that 50% retracement is to the low of the current day and half of that range. So if you were to take yesterday's middle range, you get that blue line. And then if we make it low on the day, I just divide wherever the middle of the prior day's range is to the low of today's range. And that gives me the midpoint of that. And same thing with the orange line. So the orange line is the middle of the midpoint to today's high. That's how that's calculated. And especially in range days like this, if we're below, I call the green line the lower mid and the orange line the upper mid. And you can literally see here today, I mean, that upper mid rejected right here at 11:30. Every time we've been below that lower mid, the trade is a long sequence. So it's something I pay attention to specifically when I think there's like more range type days. If we are below the lower mid, that the probability is not really encouraging to look for a continuation short, or if we're above the upper mid, and my thesis is that we're in a range day, I'm not looking for a continuation higher, because we're basically pictured like being up in the top 25% of the day's range, or below the bottom quarter of the day's range. And so if we're in a range day, I'm not looking for a continuation when you're in the bottom quarter, or I'm not looking in for a continuation higher if you're in the top quarter. So, and then it really just acts as general support and resistance. I mean, you could see this CL here today, the blue line, midpoint, resistance. That's the high of the day. The midpoint is the high. And we rolled over from it and have been selling ever since in CL.
That short is looking good on CL. Just don't want it to bounce here at this 91.27 area. But I
Yeah.
like your target. Your target, that 90.60 is a good target.
Welcome, Leak. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because we do this every day with a stream of great hosts that can answer your questions and help you learn. That's what we're here for.
Yes, sir. Welcome, Leak.
Hey, Cause, how are you? See if this YM trade pans out. Obviously, oil dumping doesn't really help much, but Russell's trying here to go for new highs, and the YM's still not doing much. Jack, get out of your trade so that market can drop.
Yeah, I'm the one moving things.
You're the one holding this up, dude.
You are the market maker, brother.
That's right.
You do trade every market.
Not everyone. That's too much, but more than most.
How many markets would you say you trade?
All of them.
On a daily basis or like just in general?
In general, like if they're like, what markets do you pay
Honestly,
attention
like
to when you trade?
realistically, max like in a year, 15 different futures contracts, like really not more than that, but it's like very few that I like. I mean, I'm not always in all of those other markets. It really just kind of depends. If a market is truly trending, which oftentimes there are markets that are truly trending, those are just offering the best R trades, because any market that is either making continuously highs or continuously new lows and has a hard trend, like, you know, you can get in a position and realistically just ride it.
Nice.
Unlike, you know, this is a tough market because there's no continuation of trend. So you don't have like higher R trades. You can't get like a 4R trade in a market that is super tight like this.
No, I agree. Yeah. I like it.
I still think we're cruising higher here. I mean, everything's kind of lining up right now. I mean, we got, I don't know, see what happens at the last half hour. Could be either range or.
Yeah. Power hour is definitely not powerful.
It has been, though, in like the past week or so. It's been doing its thing.
Yeah.
It needs to do its thing today. Give us some excitement to end the day.
I'll tell you what, though, if this oil short does complete, I'll definitely be looking to take another one, because I think we're kind of breaking an upslipping trend line if we do take these lows, and I think the next pop would be sold into. I do not look at RB before I trade CL. I don't typically look for correlations before entering markets. I think it's really hard unless you have like a statistical model that you follow and you're running some type of like reversion strategy on that model with two correlated markets, which I don't have a model like that. I don't really find it useful.
Sometimes when you look at too much, like it just becomes noise and it kind of messes with you, makes you hesitate or doubt your entry or your position.
Yeah, I mean, I'll look at the indexes. Like the indexes are going to be some of the most correlated markets, especially like the ES and the NQ, because they have very similar components. And, you know, I'll pay attention to ones that I think like are more technical. Like right now, if you're looking to trade alongside and the Russell's making new highs of the day, that's some piece of information I'd take into tomorrow, just understanding the relative strength of the Russell over the NASDAQ. But of course that can change tomorrow. Oh, time to move my stop. I almost forgot to do that. It's in track.
You moved stops where into profit?
No, I'm not far enough my way to move it into profit right now.
Okay, gotcha.
I just moved it down above the last swing high. How long do I hold the position if it doesn't touch your profit? I don't really have an answer to that. I just adjust. I will either adjust my position, stop or potential target every 25 minutes. I don't always adjust it every 25 minutes, but I'm at least saying, is this a point where I can make a decision? If you're still in the range, you really can't, like, the only decision you can really make is to take the trade off, because you don't want to like be too aggressive with your trail. Otherwise you just will simply be taken out of the trade. So either reduce, take partials. But yeah, I just make a decision every 25 minutes as opposed to trying to figure out what every 5-minute bar means. Well, there's different types of news risk factors. There's known news events, things like CPI, FOMC, which are, scheduled folder news events. And then there's, comments that you just don't really know are coming in. Not often. I mean, this is a rare market type where we have comments that are really affecting the market. And I think for me, like, you really just got to be patient with your limits in this situation, this market type. And you cannot chase price.
No.
If you see a fat bar up or down and you think you're going to buy into it and follow it, like, you're late.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely agree. That's how you get cooked.
Yeah, you'll absolutely get cooked chasing tails of news events here today. I mean, just look at, here I have the NASDAQ up, but this was some chatter. I mean, this was like 100 points up and then 100 points immediately back down that took out the low. I mean, if you chase that, punished. This was the next time, chase it. I mean, if anything, it's a fade. It's a fade on the bar close.
I mean, yeah, everything's getting reversed. All the big candles on the NAS have been just getting reversed back down or up.
Yeah, and then I'll also just reduce my position sizing, like my risk per trade, because these markets really aren't markets, I think, where you should be on the higher edge of your risks per trade. They're not fruitful enough, in my opinion.
I agree.
Trading bigger size than you normally do. You should be reducing your size. I mean, if your win rate is somehow up, then sure, I guess increase it, but
Yeah, definitely a market to have wider stops and to be sized down in for sure.
That's the theme.
Luke says cheetah print increases win rate.
yes, that is my secret.
I'm still holding strong on NASDAQ going back to the IB mid.
Where is the IB mid? What's the price?
24,226.
24,000.
I can see us going back to 240. Yeah, cause YM needs to puke. Jack, I don't know if you saw the hourly on crude, but the previous hour candle closed as a doji. Just pointing that out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's still holding on to that previous week low.
Yeah. My level I want to see crack is basically the low here at 94s and really 27s. 91, some closes below 91 27s is going to give me some confidence that we'll crack the 90 93. But if this starts pumping back up, I'm afraid that we've held the bottom of the range.
Eraser, you need to just walk away for the day. That is not good. I don't know. I hope you're trolling. I really hope he's trolling.
Got a
Yeah,
safety hat on.
Not in this market. Ain't a good idea. It's never a good idea, but especially in this market. Like I said, all it takes is that one headline and you're cooked.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully we're done with those for today. Running out of stories.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, with Trump done talking, I would imagine that we could have a quiet end of session here. Actually, I'm probably gonna even move my take profit up on this too, just time of day and not trying to be greedy.
Oh, shoot. I forgot you were short with me.
Yeah, I've been short NASDAQ.
All right.
How did my live scope work? It worked great. I can definitely find the fish. Getting them to bite's a whole different story.
Mm-hmm. You got to throw it at it.
Bro, like I'm telling you, dude, like the most frustrating thing is seeing all of them on the live scope and then putting my bait right in front of their face and seeing them swarm it and not take it. Like it's, dude, that's how to send me on full tilt fishing.
Yeah, that's funny. That's why they call it fishing and not catching. That's why they call it trading and not winning. All right, roll over here, oil.
Roll over here, YM. Yup. I
Roll over
agree.
here, NASDAQ.
And the
Let's just roll over.
It's a nursery rhyme.
Kind of just stuck doing nothing.
Well,
Quiet
you are
close.
you are the one who said you didn't want to see anything exciting happen in Power Hour. You guys jinxed it, you two.
What you mean? I said I want something to happen.
No, I was just calling the market for what I saw.
I
You
mean,
guys
yeah,
put bad juju in the air.
I would love some just everything drop right now.
You got to have your expectations correct when trading.
Drop everything right now and then just close the market early.
Bro, I actually said to close the market. I think it was like 15 minutes in. I was like, nope, this is not going to be a good day. Like that first 30 minutes of action was insane.
I got my TP set at 275. I'm short from 297. Just looking for 275 on this short on NAS. My original TP was down at 57.
I tell you what, for as slow as this market is, I'm surprised we're all in positions.
Yeah.
Just traded my entry again here. There looked like a decent rotation of bid ask there in all indexes, and definitely going to be paying attention to what happens here in the next 5 minutes. Just traded a couple levels I was looking at. You know, it's not like the range is small though. It's just that it's like doesn't really continue hard.
Yeah, no, it's the follow through on price that sucks. DC, I'm with you. I completely agree. From the bottom of my heart.
Me 3.
But at the end, chat, at the end of the day, like we have to adapt to it. I mean, we're not going to have a favorable market all the time. We just got to adapt our strategies and how we trade to the conditions. There's still it's not like there's not opportunity. There's still opportunity. Just have to adapt a little bit.
Yep. Market is in a constant state of change, and there's definitely more profitable markets than there is tighter markets like this. But you just, that's what makes trading tough.
Yeah.
If every market was the same, we'd all adapt, and it wouldn't be the same, right?
Damn, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Someone write that down.
And also just, whatever your strategy is, you have to be aware, like, is it a range expansion strategy? Are you trading a range expansion strategy in a range, or are you trading momentum strategy? Like, there's definitely different strategies for different market types. And you should know what type of market your strategy performs best under, and then have like either don't trade it or have an alternative strategy for different market types.
Yeah. I'm getting a little move down here on NAS. We're trading 288, looking for 275s. Just a stack of final base hit before the end of the day. Base hits win ball games, chat. Remember that.
Just gonna keep lowering my stop here. I mean, put stops at the top of this 30-minute candle. I don't want to see us come back up here. And if we do, then I'm okay with being taken out.
Trader 007, what's up?
Damon, I've used 25K and 50K accounts. Those are the two that I've found like to be my sweet spot. Never really traded 100K or 150K. I think the profit targets are a little bit ridiculous on those, and I'm good. I'm good off that. But like I know people who like those because of the bigger drawdown, and I'm okay with 2K. Here we go. We're starting to see a little bit of movement.
Yeah, it's just edged my TP.
Just
nice.
Taking this trade on multiple accounts. Chunk, honestly, my sizing, if you guys like have been watching the streams for a couple months now, you'll know like I don't really go more than 5 on stream, like 5 micros. Max I've ever done would be like 10 micros, and that's on something that I'm really, really confident on, It's also probably like something I would be scaling out much quicker than normal. Yeah, 2 to 6 micros works great, especially in this market environment. 2 to 3 is like it's really good.
Yeah, that's a sweet spot. My TP just got hit, so I am all out
Awesome.
of that.
Good job.
Nice trade.
Thank you.
I just took my CL off for like 12 ticks. I'm just losing my patience with that market. Coming back to the midpoint of the prior day here in the NASDAQ. Still got that bid at 54 as we drop a little lower. Just look for us to pop back up into this range.
I'd still like to see lower on YM here.
I think you have room.
Yeah, we just need the Russell to get on board. It's starting now to. Let me see what the 30-minute is looking like. Yeah, it's just now turned red. That's an ugly 30-minute candle on the Russell, not gonna lie.
Coming down.
Come on down.
Mm. Filled.
What'd you do?
I went long Nasdaq. I've had that limit there for a while.
Oh, okay. I just moved my stops in profit now.
We are at the let's see here, move some things around. Oops. We're at the midpoint for the day here in the ES of the 66.15. This is where I thought we'd go if we cracked 20s. Picked up that 54s.
Nice, Toxic. Good trade.
Good reaction so far. Half an hour left here, guys. TP1 24304. My TPs are going to be probably out of reach. My final TP is probably going to be out of reach for today. To be honest, it is quite a bit higher, but that's just because it's automatic. But I'll move it around. Gonna give it 25 minutes from that entry, which puts me out right into the close. See where I'm at.
G-Town, nice. Good trade. G-Town. Is that Chicago?
Wouldn't it be?
Chi-Town?
Yeah,
I
wouldn't
mean,
it be
Chi-Town.
Chi-Town?
Chi-Town. Yeah, that's it.
Chi-Town? Chi-Town might be.
That is
Chi-Town might
that
be
is the
China.
most white boy thing I've ever heard. Chi-Town.
Chi-Town, I'm dead.
I did it. I know. I know it's Chi-Town. I did not comprehend that's what that was supposed to be. I don't know.
It's all right, Joey.
Yeah, that's my bad. I'm gonna take that one on the chin.
You're just trying to be a man of the people is all. Is LP Lincoln Park?
XI Town. Yeah, that's funny.
We got one of those. This guy's just giving away his location here.
Yeah.
I know where you live.
Hey, we have a Lincoln Park too in Jersey. Look at us. Is there a Lincoln Park in every state?
This Lincoln guy must have been important.
Yeah, I like the band too.
Land of Lincoln.
Hey, we have a Tenafly too. Whoa.
Aren't all places like town names
I don't know.
recycled?
Are they? Unless this person's in Jersey and they're just saying where they're from.
I get that a lot.
Oh wow. This person's got money, guys. Morris Capital lives right next to Alpine. Yeah, you're rich, my guy. You are rich.
I think every state has a Springfield.
And we have one of those too.
Yep. I live in Springfield.
There you go.
Don't give out your location.
Well, I've
Someone would literally.
already said it on stream a couple of times because we have some Springfieldians here in the chat.
Oh, they're a people. Springfieldians.
Springfieldians, yeah.
Smart Chuck sounds like you got that from Chat GPT, not gonna lie.
Real quick, Larry Pumpkin asked earlier, do I have a set stop loss for my 25 and 50K accounts? I never really have like a stop loss based off of, a certain amount. So for example, I never say, oh, I'm okay with losing 200. Like I never go into a trade thinking like that. I go into a trade placing my stops and my take profits based off of the chart itself. So like if I see that, my setup would get invalidated here at the top, that's where I would set my stop loss. It could be $100 loss, it could be 300. Like it doesn't matter. It's always for me based off of the chart. And I never go in with like, I know some people like to, they say, oh, I'm taking a 2RR trade, and it's like I don't do that.
Oh, what do you know? NASDAQ back to the IB mid.
Lowering my stop here in profit. Getting really close to end of the day here. I'm also gonna just exit out on my other accounts.
Tagged it there for you, Joey.
What's that?
I said it tagged it there for you.
Yeah, it did.
What was it? 26, you said, right? 20, 22,
Yeah.
26?
Yeah, 226.
Nice. All right. Can see us getting back up to like 80s here.
Yeah, nice little bid off that level there.
Targets down here.
So I'm gonna do a trim here. And then I have one runner left.
Yeah, a little bit off the mid. I could see 70s or 80s coming back into play. I don't really know about follow through with it. But I think a retest.
Oh yeah. NQ
70s.
came to that 240 level, that previous month low. Is that previous month low? Hold up. Yeah, it's February low right there.
Hmm.
You guys have that on your charts too, right?
No.
Mm-mm.
Well,
I
it's
don't pay
because
too
you don't
much
look.
attention.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it's clinging on to.
Sometimes, IB low, IB mid, previous low of
Yeah.
February, you said.
Yeah, there's just a lot of levels.
Sometimes they all line up. And that's when it doesn't work.
Jack, you're long NASDAQ right now?
Yep.
Nice.
From 54th, just
Okay.
below my entry currently. See, that's a 5-bar sequence down right there. So I'm not really expecting. I mean, sometimes at the end of the day, you can get a little further, but considering we've been in a range all day, I really doubt we're going much lower here unless we just decide to break out of the bottom of it going into the close. Always a possibility. see, I'd like to see us just like, yeah, get back up to, I don't know, maybe even 70 or 80. I'm definitely not going to be getting these higher time frame or these larger targets hit. We don't have enough time in the day.
Yeah, I know we're getting close. We do have algo time. If that moves us at all, we're gonna be lackluster.
Still 10 more minutes.
No.
Give me the dump first, and then for MOC, we can pump so Jack can get out.
Yeah, it's just that easy. You get it, then I get it, and you get it again.
Yeah, it's
Pass
always
the
me
ball
first.
this way. We're just calling shots.
It's always me first. You're finally understanding, Jack. It only
Ladies
took 3
first.
months.
Ladies first.
Finally understanding. Wow, though, this afternoon has treated me much better than the morning. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, those 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock bars were quite the
Brutal.
quite the whipsaw.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was.
150 back to back, both sides of the range. That's really why it's just, if you see something like that, you just gotta wait. Just can't chase it.
It's just annoying because it's literally 2.0 of last year around this time. This time last year, yep. Got a bunch of people from Jersey just talking in the chat.
That's actually, I forgot, you guys started around this time last year. And then, you had those April lows. What an awesome market that was.
Wait, what? Say that again?
I guess you weren't on stream.
No.
I don't think any of us were, but man, that out of those April lows, that was such a clean, just continuous bid out of those April lows. It was such an awesome market.
It was still so annoying though. Like, I remember that day being in awe. Just like it was nonstop ripper. So crazy.
Yeah.
But I bet you the anniversary will be green. Like market makers will end the day green just for fun.
I don't know if that's
Possible.
how it goes, but
Possible.
What's the statistical probability of a day closing green? It's got to be above 50%.
Oh, I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's 50-50 or no, like
it's
maybe
more than that.
It's definitely, it definitely has to be more.
I would say it's like 54.
Well, we got to also consider, never mind, not really. I was going to say flat, but like, nah. Whatever, guys. I noticed on
if
like
it's green, we can say
Patreon.
that you were right and you called it, and it's because the market maker.
No, I don't want to. No, I won't. I won't sit here and be like, guys, I called it. I'm just saying.
I will remind you that you called it. I'm gonna give you that credit.
All right, thanks. But I know like market likes to be green on like patriotic holidays. That's something I've noticed.
Really? So what? 4th of July? I feel like the market's closed.
Bro.
What is the more patriotic holiday for America than the 4th of July? That is like the holiday of the Patriots.
Jack.
And the market's closed.
I'm not gonna talk to you anymore.
I'm just trying to figure out where these stats are coming from so I can trade them.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Make it make sense.
Someone earlier said peanuts grow on tomato vines, and none of you bat an eye. But I say this, and everyone is like, "Whoa, okay." The sources, trust me, bro. Trust me. Come on, just drop.
I heard the market's always up on Thanksgiving.
Bro, I'm telling you, those half days too are like,
yeah.
Those tend to be trend days up. You'll see. We'll do a half day one day.
I've just
and
never run analysis on those days, but
I mean, I don't have a specific stat and like a specific number. I'm just telling you from like what I've noticed.
All right.
Jack's been trading since he was 9, and he's never seen the market on Thanksgiving.
I've just
Bro,
seen
he's
it
just
all.
never
I've
he just never paid attention.
I'm gonna be sitting finishing my turkey and check the quotes and where is this?
It's the vibes, bro.
It's the vibes.
All right, come on.
Yeah, I do not like that sell. I'm gonna move my stop up here. I don't need to bring it all the way down there. You take out that low. I'm afraid of an end of a day whoosh whoosh. There goes
Bang.
the sinew low.
All right, I've got one runner here on this position. Freaking, I'll lower it even more.
We got MOCs in 4 minutes, roughly. For a little algo time action.
I'm just gonna close this. This is
Don't
nothing.
fade Salma. That's the lesson learned here. Where's your mama? Because they were talking a lot. Oh, they're not even here to see this. Yo mama in the chat was talking so much yesterday. Where are they at now?
My mom has never been in this.
I was just making to say my mom is actually here at the house.
Yeah.
Your mama, where you at? All right.
I don't think my mom would understand what's going on in this chat.
Yeah. Oh, I remember everybody's name. I can tell you who's here all the time and who isn't.
So almost got a
Chan.
photographic memory.
I even remember you asking me a question yesterday too.
Me?
No, in the chat. I bet you Joey will never forget She-Town ever again.
Nope. I feel like no one's gonna forget that. I'm gonna have to live with that one.
It's funny. Yeah, take attendance, Mark. I know who's here, who's not. Just pay attention. Plus, guys, it definitely means a lot to us that you guys hang out with us all the time. John, the purpose of the streams, multiple purposes, really. We trade live in front of you guys. We answer questions. We hang out. We talk about our strategies. Everything goes.
Banter.
Make sure you guys are liking the stream though, and tell everybody you know to subscribe.
Speaking of chat, how many likes we got right now? Hold on, I gotta refresh the screen. We had 240. Is that what I saw? Yeah,
That's
244. We got 657. We're coming up on the end of the day, chat. Can we get? Surely we can get 300, right, chat?
Wonky, we're not getting into that. We're not getting into what is a gap. We're not doing that. Nope, we don't have enough time to discuss that question in detail.
Everybody on screen today made money. I think that's worth 300 likes, at least. I think we can get there. We need 23 more.
Guys, if we get 300 likes, Mission Control has a surprise for you guys, a little remix. I think it might be worth listening to, so pump up those likes.
It's
I promise.
basically like Eminem's unreleased mixtape.
Bro, you guys will enjoy this. Just get us there.
Where
5
to draw
more.
fib levels? You should always draw fib levels from swing highs and swing lows.
Okay, we have 300 likes.
Everybody making money, money, money. Everybody making money. Everybody making money. Everybody making money. Money, 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 money. goes hard, bro. I kind of dig it.
Attention traders, it's algo time.
Oh,
I have no
Yo.
words. I have no words.
that goes hard.
I feel like I'm gonna see you guys at Lollapalooza.
Bro, I have no words for that. And then algo time just seemed to fit perfect in that too.
Yeah.
Is that Joey's voice? Yeah, that just happened like 30 minutes ago.
It was just mixed on. That was live DJing. It's taking a clip and running with it.
Great work on that. Yeah, that was that's a banger.
All right, 30 sec. Oh, algo time already happened?
Now,
Nothing?
for a bearish day tomorrow, in my opinion, this is not looking good for bulls. I think we're gonna end up before the week's over getting through that super duper candle that we had yesterday morning.
Jack, are you trading Asia? Because this 4-hour setup right now on just looking at YM, really. Let me see the others as well. Hold on.
I don't know. I
The
mean,
4-hour on YM looks really good.
I probably
for-
will not trade Asia. We're in too much of a consolidation.
Even ES looks really good for more downside here, just based off of the structure on the 4-hour. I'll probably be trading this.
I mean, if we are to break lower through today's lows, sure. But like, if we don't break today's lows, then in Asia, if we break lows, then I'll look for like the next entry. But I don't. I like when we have like a continuation setup. I mean, the chart looks ugly, but we've realistically been sideways all day. So
Yeah.
it's like it could look ugly and still not move.
Bang. I'm all out of my position there. There's Joey, there's your 5 red bars on YM. Oh, actually, that's a 10-minute. Oops. That's more than 5 red bars on the 5. That was an awesome trade.
Yeah, good trade.
Nice, great trade. Yeah,
Yeah.
Good job, Salma.
W.
Good job, all of us, guys.
Big
Yeah.
W's.
Everybody with the
Finally.
W for a lame end of day. Everybody coming out with the W.
So that was good. But definitely needed this after this morning for sure.
Yeah, that spike up marked the high of the afternoon.
Yeah. And that divergence I pointed out earlier between the Russell and YM definitely played out here. YM literally wanted to puke, and it did. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking for shorts going into Asia. See how that goes. Plus, it's a inside 4-hour too. Guys, anybody catch shorts with us?
Saw a couple people in the chat taking the same shorts from earlier.
Yeah, that those NASDAQ shorts, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but with a really bad entry, I did big time. Nice, Gary.
Let's go.
Scalp short, but didn't hold. Honestly, Aaron, I don't blame you. This has really been a tough market to get in and hold. Nice, Michael. Good job, AJ. Damn, a lot of people short. Good.
Everybody on the same wavelength. I like it.
I mean, at this point, NQ 157 will come again. And then I've got 69 as my next target. That's that August high, I believe, on NQ.
Boy, NQ is still trying to push down.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the weakest one all day, really. Even since this morning, I thought we would drop off the open because of NQ, but the Russell had different plans. Jenna, Salma, how did you learn to hold? Honestly, Jenna, I feel like it's a double-edged sword because sometimes I wish I was a little bit more conservative with my trading. I wish I would just, you know, see green, take green kind of thing. But I don't know. I base my trades off the chart, and if I see that like my profit target needs to be at a specific level, then that's where I put it. So sometimes I'll micromanage a little bit and move it up or move it down, but yeah, it's I don't know if it's really the greatest thing in the world to be able to hold as long as I do. I'm just not a scalper by nature, like it's just not in me.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Jack's the same way.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I hold trades too long, but that's I like using multiple targets just because you feel like if you get one off, it's a little easier to hold that other one. But once again, that time sequence I use, like I like to say if you're going to be in a trade, you might as well hold it for a bit, right? Like
Yeah.
the best trades the best trades go your way immediately. So if you ever get in a trade and it just starts going your way immediately, instead of having like an arbitrary price level, just have like amount of time you're willing to hold that trade. And I always say 25 minutes, even if you were to look at the breakdown of the, starting at the top there at 320, we started breaking down for 25 minutes. And then sometimes like if we take a low, so like when we took that low at the 3 o'clock low, like just hold it for another 25 minutes. And, you can trail the highs. If you really want to do anything, you just trail the highs of the last bar. But, by letting the market actually play out as opposed to having like an arbitrary price level that you're just going to cover because, that's your support. The market doesn't know what your support is unless, we're on NinjaTrader Live and we're getting front run by a tick, which, happens now and then. But that's just a recommendation I have. Little timer right here. Just hold your trades. Set a timer. Easy alpha. See gold dials breaking down. Everything's kind of.
Yeah.
Pull up my little scan here.
Hello.
What up, Jim?
I'm
And
back.
Jim.
Another interesting day. That's for sure. Congratulations on your trades, you guys. You did good.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The Russell 2000, Mighty Russell is the winner today.
Yeah, ES right now back at that GP that I was talking about in the beginning of the stream. It's back at that 6,600. It's a psych level as well, guys. So see what buyers do there. But this is looking a little rough going into Asia. I'm not gonna lie.
You are correct. We're at Jax 1 right now, 6,600. Whew.
Yeah, this is looking dicey.
Yeah. Haven't hit any exciting news or Truth Social posts in the last hour.
Oh, thank God we got a break.
Yeah, that stayed pretty quiet.
Literally, thank God.
It's weird on the ES. It's like a little mini double distribution, whereas second point of control, competing point of control, is right where we're at. So maybe we'll stick here. So we got the Mighty Russell up, crude oil's up, silver's up, natty gas is up, everything else is down.
Natty
gas is up. Yen's down, Euro's down, Aussie's down, copper's down, 10-year notes down, 30-year bonds down. The Bitcoin is down. Equal
Not
weight
the
futures is
Bitcoin.
down. You'd expect the equal weight futures to do a little better than they're doing, but they're not doing so good today. Gold is down. Gold's in trouble. I'll talk about that tomorrow morning on the Edge Report.
Yeah, that's not looking good on a higher time frame.
I'm going to have to get some more gold Liberty from the U.S. Mint. Do you ever try to buy one of those silver gold coins? They're like, the premium is like 100%.
Oh,
The gold
well,
coins?
yeah.
I'm wearing one right now.
Are you?
Yep. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, these things are like, I don't even know how much they cost right now. But when I
Is that
bought
like
this,
a actual like U.S. Mint coin or like?
No, no, it's a British gold coin. I don't know what they're called in English, honestly.
So it's like a gilt or something.
I don't know, but I mean, looking it up on
But
Google.
did you drill a hole in it to get it on your chain? I mean, how did?
Yeah, yeah, I did. But I have these that are not like without a hole for the chain.
Got it. There we
But yeah,
go.
they're super freaking expensive right now. Um,
Official point of control just shifted officially to 6604 on the close.
Wow, right on the close actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I think our range is kind of tight today too.
Yeah.
At least for the ES. I'll tell you in a second here. As soon as my data, 69% of its 34-day average. So no breakout up or down. Waiting for the war. And the other thing that's interesting is the high of the day is the London IB high. The low of the day is the US IB low. There's something to think about right there.
Mm.
Where's the Asian session going to fit in? In any event, great afternoon, you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you more than you know. You did a fantastic job as usual. I didn't say good job. I said fantastic.
Thanks,
So,
Jim.
We'll
yeah.
take it. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
And you know what? We're going to meet up. We're going to meet up soon in Miami, and then there's other cities on the agenda, folks. If you haven't heard yet, we've been talking about this for a while. There's a link in the chat where you could actually go ahead and get on the list, the notification list for the cities that we're going to come to. We could meet in real, what do you call it? Real time,
In real life.
in real life.
IRL.
There you go. In real life meeting. If you get to go to Miami, you got these three are going to be there. I think all three of you guys are going to be there. It'll be a lot of fun. And we're also planning cities other than the three that are already published, which include Miami, Chicago, and London. I'm hearing rumblings about Austin, maybe LA, maybe Las Vegas, maybe New York City. I don't know where, but when you fill out the form, if you're interested in meeting up live, then let us know where you'll have an opportunity to say where you're at. And if we see a cluster of people in a certain place, then we're going to get it on the agenda and come see you because we want to meet you, we want to hang out, and you want to hang out with us because it will be fun. So that is the last gratuitous promotion for the day. Tomorrow we have we have another strong panel tomorrow. We've got Donnie Phillips as a special guest, DCP on X. He's awesome. He's been on the show before. He could talk any markets, but he does a lot of bond stuff as well. Tape Talk is with Farm tomorrow, and then we're gonna have Prop Talk with the Big Cat, Leo, and Kane, and then Trade the Open. Leo and Kane are going to be trading the Open live. Midday Markets, we are Nick, XYZ, and Stowe are going to be with us for Midday Markets. And then Trading the Close, Salma's coming back. Hardest working trader on NinjaTrader Live. And then, Jack's coming back too. Jack's coming
Let's
back tomorrow.
go.
Second hardest working.
Second hardest working guy. And then finally, Tanya Trades will be with you guys tomorrow afternoon. So I'm looking forward to that. Appreciate you as usual. I want to remind everybody in the crowd, thank you for the subscriptions and the likes. Greatly appreciate you. And remember, most important message of the day, please be safe out there and be good to each other. See you soon.
Thanks, John.
Ciao.
See ya.
Thank you.